Hi, everybody. It's Claudia from Hugo Coffee Roasters. I'm here today with Janet Hanna from New York State Retriever Rescue. And as everybody knows, Hugo Coffee Roasters does 2 online fundraisers every month for the benefit of smaller or medium-sized domesticated animal rescues. And this week's animal rescue is New York State Retrieval Rescue. So welcome, Janet. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate this and all the efforts that you've made so far for dog rescue and cat rescue.
We love, it's like my favorite part of my job. Like, I love that I have a coffee company that happens to have fantastic coffee, but I'm all about the animal rescue because, as you know, in a former life, I ran an animal rescue and Hugo's my rescue dog. So, Janet, tell everybody, tell my Hugo Coffee fans, and remind the New York State Retrieval Rescue fans, what is it that your organization does? When did you start? Give us the skinny.
So we're a very small organization located on Long Island. We don't have a brick and mortar. We're basically a foster-based organization. We started about 12 years ago, being that labs are one of the most popular breeds, or the most popular breed. We found a need for Labrador Retriever Rescue on Long Island. We subsequently had found out that the lab rescue on Long Island had shut down because the woman who was running it had passed away. So we found a niche, and we also wanted to do not only Labrador Retrievers, because there were several breed rescues that only did Golden Retrievers and Labrador Retrievers. We wanted to also do, those wonderful, affable, sweet personality of that lab dog, and do mixes as well. So we decided that we wanted to start this group. And we started with a core of about a dozen people, and now we're probably up to, 50 or 60 core people that help us out on a daily basis. We get dogs from local owner surrenders, good people that bad things happen to, especially during COVID. We had several families that reached out to us that had situations that they just could not handle the dogs any longer, people with health needs and such. We also get dogs from local animal shelters. We have a relationship with these shelters. We talk to them on a weekly basis. They reach out to us when they have an appropriate dog. And our third source of dogs is from our partner, Dan, in Louisiana. Our partner in Louisiana, her name is Carrie Toff. Carrie has been doing rescue for over 20 years, just like myself. And she gets the dogs before they get to the shelters. Down in Louisiana and Alabama, the euthanasia rate is very high. It's 7 to 8%, where it's 70 to 80% down there, where it's 7 to 8% up here in the Northeast. We transport our dogs up to the Northeast, and using various transport companies, small and large. There is a fee for that. So that goes into the cost of rescuing our dogs. All of our dogs are neutered, spayed, and any medical treatment that is needed is taken care of. And that's really important to know, because so many dogs down south, and even it's coming up to New York, have heartworm. And it's an invisible disease that you don't see. And it can be easily taken care of through a monthly dose of heartworm prevention, but people don't do it for whatever reason, whether it's the cost or they just don't understand. So we treat, 20 to 30 to 40 dogs per year for heartworm treatment.
Wow.
And the cost of that treatment can be very high.
Sure.
We'll take a dog regardless of its health condition. We recently had a dog that by the name of Lucy Lou that unfortunately had to have double eye surgery, a condition called entropion, where the eyelids grow in.
I had a Shar-Pei. I had a Shar-Pei once, and he had entropia. It's like a doggy eye lift.
Yes, exactly. And some things could be, we've had dogs, puppies, another, disease that, I can't show you, the physical harm that some of these things do, but, parvo in puppies is very prevalent, and it can be deadly, unfortunately.
It's deadly.
I tell people all the time, rescue isn't always puppies and rainbows.
No.
There's some heartaches and there's some difficult things that we have to deal with as a rescue.
Yeah.
So it's, you know, raising money and helps us to save more dogs and to help us to save some of the dogs that are in more dire situations.
Yeah.
So we appreciate the help that we're getting through this fundraiser. Because everything counts. You know, we don't have the backing of a large corporation, or, you know, we reach out to our adopters, they're our community.
Right. So, you know, years ago, a million years ago, before I moved to Park City from New York, that's when I had my Shar-Pei who had the entropia, and he passed away suddenly. I was devastated. I made the mistake of going to a shelter too soon. Yeah. I ended up taking 2 dogs home. Yeah. In a 1-bedroom apartment on the Upper West Side, 900 square feet. I had 2 dogs.
Right.
And within 24 hours, one of them died of parvo. She just completely collapsed in my apartment, and I was holding her, running down Columbus Avenue, crying, trying to get to a vet quickly, and she passed away like virtually in my arms from parvo, because I took a dog with parvo, and the other one had kennel cough. I mean, this is just, it's what happens when you take an animal from a shelter. It's off. There are these hidden dangers, including parvo, and you know, thank God for rescues like you that take animals and fix these problems before you adopt them out, or before you before you adopt them. So tell me how many animals do you rescue a year, and how big is your foster network?
So I would say we basically, I would say between 250 dogs for a small organization. Some years it's more, some years it's less. Our foster base, you know, what we do is every home is considered a foster, but I would say we probably have 20 to 30 like serious fosters that don't keep the dogs, but a lot of our dogs end up being what we call a foster failure. It's like
Hugo's a foster failure. I couldn't
exactly, including myself. I've foster failed at least 6 or 7 times in the years that I've been doing rescue. You know, we always say, and I say this all the time as well, if it wasn't for volunteers, I couldn't do rescue. You know, I'm the president of the rescue group, but it's my job to make sure that I engage people in what we do. I speak to people about what we do, and more importantly, why we do it. And, you know, so I really rely on my volunteers. I thank them every day for the phenomenal job they do. And fostering is a gift that is a phenomenal gift to do. And people say to me all the time, oh my gosh, how do you do it? How do you give them up? And I go, I can give them up because I know that there's wonderful families out there. I can't keep them all. So I like to make sure that my foster families are involved in the adoption process so that they feel comfortable with the decision-making process, that they see these wonderful, wonderful families out there, and they'll say, this was a wonderful experience for me, my children, and I'd like to do it again. And that's how I try to encourage people to foster.
I think that's amazing. You know, I haven't heard it put quite that way before, but that has got to make such a difference when it comes to the foster having to give up, because that's their nature, is it's temporary, right? So they're going to give up an animal, and they're all hard, and they all love the animal. Every foster loves the animal. And I always wondered, how would you mitigate the pain of releasing an animal to its forever home when you've just spent however much time you have loving the animal, getting the animal healthy and ready to find its forever home. But I think it's fantastic that you involve the foster family in the process of adoption so everybody's happy.
And especially the families with children, because the children, you know, they really get involved with these dogs. They really love these dogs. And I want them to meet the new families. Yes. And for the most part, we've been successful. I had one little boy that he was just like, I'm not doing this. And, but he wants to know, and we continue to keep him in the process because of sending updates to him specifically about his dog from the new family. And it's kind of cute because they're sharing their Instagram pages together and sharing some of the things that they do.
Yeah, I follow this book. I follow a dog named Tuggy Tugboat, and Tuggy's mom is a big animal rescuer and big foster, and she keeps. So then all her followers, all Tuggy's followers, get really attached to her fosters. And then she keeps us all abreast of what's happened once they've been adopted out. Then the families keep her posted on what's going on with the dog. Now, who's there? Who am I looking
at? This is my foster fowl. I picked up 3 puppies from rescue 3 months ago. And this little guy is Jetty.
Hi, Jetty.
I'm calling him Jetty Spaghetti because he's tall and skinny and yellow like a spaghetti.
Oh,
and
adorable.
He came in with a bunch of puppies. I'm not sure if it was this litter of puppies, but his buddies had parvo, so they all made it. We had another litter of puppies that unfortunately one of them didn't make it. So, but this is my Jetty Spaghetti, and he, so had to get him in the camera.
Absolutely, absolutely. So listen, Janet, let's tell everybody about what's going on. So Hugo Coffee is doing a fundraiser for New York State Retriever Rescue. And it started on Monday morning of this week. And what we do is we donate $2.50 for every item sold on Hugo.coffee. Every item, not just the coffee, it's a hat, a t-shirt, I don't care what you buy, any item. And it's not per order either, it's per item. So every item sold, we do $2.50, and it goes through Sunday night at midnight. And our goal in life, my goal in life every week, is to write the biggest check I can on Monday morning. So this is the call to action for your fans and our fans and all the dog lovers out there to go to Hugo.coffee for this week until midnight on Sunday, and I will donate $2.50 for every item sold on our website for New York State Retriever Rescue. And I want to donate the biggest amount we can. So let's get our fans out there buying.
Come on, you guys, let's go. You know what a wonderful community this is. I love you guys, and I know you love our dogs, and we want you to be there for us again, yet and still. So come on, everybody. Call to action. Let's buy some Hugo Coffee.
Yes. Exactly.
And look, doesn't he look? And for those of you who know and love Lamar, doesn't he look like Lamar? Lamar was one of our fan dogs, and everybody loves Lamar.
Oh, that's wonderful. All right. So Janet, thank you so much for your time today. And I look forward to writing the check on Monday, and let's sell.
Well, you got it. Thank you so much, Hugo Coffee. I really appreciate it, Claudia. Thank you.
We love it. Thank you so much.